The boss just assigned me to a 2-week-long business trip. I can't believe it. The timing literally couldn't be any worse.
Huh?
I knew I needed to message you as soon as possible. Man, I seriously can't believe this. Does that guy have it in for me or what?
Calm down, Michael. What exactly happened? When do you have to leave and where are you going?
Tomorrow to Seattle.
What?
I can't believe he'd send me away on a business trip when he knows my wife is set to give birth in 2 weeks. You're so pregnant it wouldn't be weird if you went into labor tomorrow.
Wow, this is all happening so suddenly. I can only imagine they must be struggling for manpower or something.
No, there's no doubt about it. This is my boss trying to screw with me.
Is he the guy you told me about before? Michael, is he still trying to make your life difficult?
So, it's like this. Chris, the head of my department, actually used to work over at HQ, but he got sent over to our branch office after making the mother of all blunders. The company internet systems were down for a whole day, we lost 3 clients, and the entire company was in chaos. His job title is technically still the same, but his transfer here was essentially a punishment.
You mean like he got demoted?
That word was never explicitly used, but yeah, pretty much. It was a demotion in all but name. What's worse is that anybody else would have probably been fired for doing what he did, but since he's related to the president, he got off with what basically amounts to a slap on the wrist. Or at least that's the rumor going around the office right now.
Wow, I see.
Apparently his young wife, who he was madly in love with, divorced him. Some of the guys think the reason he's being so hard on me is because he knows I'm happily married and is jealous about it.
I see.
Sorry, babe, I couldn't get out of this one. I did do my best to try and get him to send someone else, but it didn't get me anywhere. I don't know if I imagined it, but I swear he was taking a sick satisfaction in hearing me beg him to reconsider. Grr! You know how some people get off on power? Well, he's that kind of guy. I hate to ask this, but do you think it would be difficult to get your mom to come over to be with you while I'm away?
Sadly, yes. Originally, the plan was to have the birth at my mom's place, right? But what with her caring for my grandma full-time and all, she would have been too busy. Not to mention there would not have been enough space in the house for us all. She has her hands too full to be here right now.
I see. All right, well, in that case, I'll explain the situation to my mom and make sure she's on standby just in case anything happens. Hopefully, you won't need her, but it doesn't hurt to let her know. Thankfully, you guys get along like a house on fire, and she really likes you, so I'm sure she'll be more than happy to help out.
Okay, thanks, Michael. You're the best. And for sure, your mom's great.
Other than that, all I can do is try to get my duties on the business trip over with as quickly as possible. Maybe then I'll be able to get home a few days earlier than planned.
I appreciate that, babe. Don't overdo it, though, okay? You won't be able to be there for me or the baby if you end up working yourself sick, right?
Yeah, you're right. I'll be careful. Thanks, honey.
Well, if it ain't my favorite sister-in-law in the whole wide world, how's it hanging? What's it been now, like 5 years since we last spoke? Okay, I'll cut to the chase. I heard you're always at home these days because you're currently on maternity leave and 2 weeks away from having a baby. Not only that, but my useless, good-for-nothing jerk of a big brother abandoned you to go on a business trip? I guess I shouldn't complain, though, because it's actually a huge stroke of luck for me that he's not around. Want to know why? I just left my 3 little brothers and my friend's 2 kids on your doorstep. Make sure you look after them properly, okay? Is that Perry? Oh, wait, are you back in town? Did you move back in with your parents or something? Bingo. I divorced my husband and came back home yesterday. Huh? All right, gotta go. I'm heading out for drinkies with the girls. Hang on a sec. What the hell? Perry, what the hell are all these kids doing at my house? How can you expect me to look after 5 kids when I am heavily pregnant and ready to give birth at any moment? This is ridiculous. You know I can't do this. Perry, I can't believe you left the kids outside my house again. And you didn't even warn me this time. This is unacceptable, and I can't keep looking after them. Oh, morning, Fiona. I left the kids outside your house again today. I am begging you, you have to stop this, please. I could barely keep up with them yesterday. Within 5 minutes of letting them into my house, my living room had turned into a frickin' track and field event. I don't have the energy to keep up with 5 small children. I can't catch them when they run around my house because of how pregnant I am. This isn't safe for any of us. The place looked like a garbage dump after you picked them up last night, but I was so exhausted I couldn't do anything about it. And I just fell asleep on the sofa, a stressed out mess. My head hurts and my belly is so swollen. Don't fake being ill just because you're giving birth in 2 weeks. Don't forget, I gave birth to 3 boys myself. To be honest, I barely ever felt tired at all, so I know you're bullshitting me. I can spot a faker from a mile away, so don't even try it, lady. I'm not faking anything. Everyone reacts to being pregnant differently. Just because it was easy for you doesn't mean it is for the rest of us. Oh, that reminds me. I did ask my mom to look after them, but she has a bad back and can't get out of bed. Huh? My dad's at the house looking after her, which means they both have their hands full, which means you better not bother them trying to get them to save you, because they won't. You need to take care of this one yourself. Oh my God. Okay, well, good luck with the kids. Perry, no.
Hey, Fiona, how are you feeling? Are you asleep? Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been messaging much. I've been super busy with these meetings. It turns out the boss didn't book me a hotel, so I had no choice but to sleep on the sofa at the Seattle company branch. He forgot, apparently. Who forgets to book their employee a hotel when he sends them away, especially on a 2-week business trip? Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine. A little grouchy at what a dick this guy's being, maybe, but fine. Let me know how you're doing when you get this, okay? All right, catch you later.
Fiona, sweetie, I'll be leaving the kids on your doorstep again today. Take good care of them, okay? Thanks, sweetie.
Hey, Fiona, good morning. How are things on your end? You haven't been replying to my messages at all, and to tell you the truth, I'm starting to get kind of worried. Are you still asleep or something?
Michael...
Whew, thank God for that. You replied.
Help me.
What's wrong?
Your sister Perry divorced her husband and came back to town to live with your parents.
She did what now?
I don't know how, but she found out you were away on business in Seattle, and she's using your absence to her advantage in the most wicked way. She keeps leaving her 3 kids and 2 of her friends' kids on my doorstep so she can go out drinking with her friends.
What the heck am I even reading?
I could hardly leave 5 small children out there freezing on my doorstep, so I've been bringing them inside the house, but I can't cope with this for much longer. My first thought was to reach out to your mom for help, but Perry told me she's suffering with some serious back pain and is currently bedbound. She says your dad's looking after her, so neither of them can help me.
How long has this been going on?
Today is the 3rd day in a row. The house is full of unruly little brats who don't listen to a word I say. It looks like we've been hit by a frickin' tornado. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I wanted to message you sooner, but I haven't even had a chance to step aside to use my phone. It's so chaotic. I'm worried one of them might get hurt. She's been coming to pick them up in the evenings, but by that point I am so exhausted I can barely move. I am at my physical and emotional limit. To tell you the truth, I have the weirdest feeling in my belly, and I don't feel too good. Even sending these messages now is tough.
Oh my God, no way! Are you going into labor?
What's this water?
Did your waters just break?
I think they might have.
I'm calling an ambulance.
Is that a good idea?
Of course it is. I'm calling one now.
Hello, Fiona? Your front door is locked and all the lights are off. Where the heck did you run off to? If you took the kids for a day out at the theme park or something, then that's great. I'm pleased you're finally easing into your new babysitter life, but I need to go home. Hello, Fiona, sweetie. Are you there? I mean, you can keep my 3 kids forever if that's what you really want, but I'm going to be needing my friends' brats back because their mom's going to be expecting them home real soon. If you don't give me those kids back in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be in such an awkward spot. Damn it, Stacy is going to be furious with me. Ugh.
If it's Fiona you want, she got carried away in an ambulance.
Huh? What?
Miraculously, she still somehow managed to deliver our baby safely, but she's asleep at the hospital ward now.
Michael? Is this my brother?
I've been keeping hold of her phone for the last few hours because I knew you'd probably message her with your crap again at some point.
What?
I can't believe you're back. How dare you treat my wife and baby so awfully? I'm
with
Fiona right now.
What the hell? Why? You were supposed to be away in Seattle for another 10 days.
I cut my business trip off early and came home as soon as I heard what you were doing to my wife, moron. I'd been super busy with my meetings, so I didn't have time to message her, but when I finally did this morning, she told me about how you divorced your husband and came back to live with Mom and Dad. I was also informed of the small matter of you continuously dumping 5 freaking small children on her doorstep every single day to go out drinking with your friends. Today's the 3rd day in a row.
God damn it, what the hell does she think she's doing? She'll pay for this. I'm her sister-in-law, for crying out loud. The least she could have done was tell a few little white lies to cover me on the whole kids thing so she could keep looking after them for me. Why did she have to go and tell you?
How is she supposed to look after 5 kids while going into labor?
Huh?
By the time she messaged me, she was already going into labor. I'm lucky I messaged her when I did because her waters broke straight afterwards.
What?
I didn't know what to do, so I did the only thing I could while I was all the way out in Seattle. I called an ambulance, got on the first flight home, and made my way straight to the hospital.
Oh, crap. Are you serious?
I was at the hospital within 5 hours of calling off my business trip, and that's where I am right now. Unbelievably, I made it just in time for my baby to be born. If that ain't a miracle, then I don't know what is. But seriously, Perry, what the hell is wrong with you? Do you have mental problems? Who in their right mind would dump 5 kids who haven't even been properly disciplined on a heavily pregnant woman ready to go into labor at any second?
Hey, don't be so mean. I thought Fiona was the perfect babysitter candidate. It's not like she was doing anything other than lazing around the house all day. And besides, I thought it might be nice for her to have an opportunity to practice looking after children. You might not think so, but it was my way of being kind.
We didn't need your kindness, and my wife's childcare skills are none of your business.
Gah.
Thanks to your kindness, my wife went through a horrible ordeal and is so stressed out you wouldn't believe. We could have lost the baby because of you. I'll never forgive you for this. You better prepare yourself for what's coming. This time you crossed the line. Hey Fiona, how are you feeling?
Hey Michael, me and the baby are both doing great, thanks. The midwife says we'll be able to leave right on schedule.
I'm so pleased to hear that. There's just one thing. Would you mind going back to your parents' house and not our place when you get discharged?
Huh? Why?
Don't worry, I already spoke to your mom and she says it's totally fine with her.
But why? Did something happen?
Yeah, you could say that. Thanks to my sister's shenanigans, a very unpleasant reality has come to light.
An unpleasant reality?
My head's all over the place right now, so I should probably dip out and take a breather. I'll explain once I've calmed down, okay? Your sister's gonna come home to look after you while you're at your mom's place. Perry is dangerous and unpredictable, and there's no telling what she might do. I want you to be somewhere safe until this whole thing is settled. I know this must be a lot to take in, but I'm asking you to trust me. Can you do that, Fiona?
Wow, Michael, whatever this is sure seems to have you shaken up. All right, got it. Don't worry, I'll be waiting at my mom's house.
I'm so sorry to trouble you with all this, babe. I know it's the last thing you need right now.
Michael! My boyfriend is your boss? Is this for real?
I'm the one whose mind is blown here, Perry. I had no idea your husband divorced you because you were cheating on him. Not only that, but you had another lover on the side who he didn't find out about during the divorce. My freaking boss. I nearly spat my coffee out all over the hospital ward when my coworker told me what he'd seen you guys doing in the office.
So what if I'm seeing your boss? I'm single now, so I can date whoever the hell I want to.
Sure, maybe that's true now, but it sure as hell wasn't when you were married to your husband and seeing two different guys behind his back. If you actually believe there's nothing wrong with that, then you're even more irredeemable than I first thought.
Huh?
Thanks to the grudge my asshole boss has against me, I got sent on a business trip to Seattle 2 weeks before my heavily pregnant wife was due to go into labor. As if that wasn't bad enough, you treated her like your personal daycare center by dumping 5 rampaging little brats on her every single day. And the reason? So you could go on dates with my boss while he went out to run errands outside the office. You disgust me.
What was I supposed to do? It wasn't just my kids. My friend said she couldn't meet her boyfriend if I didn't watch her 2 boys.
Basically, your friend's just as much of a scumbag as you.
Hey, don't insult my friend. Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, you're right. Of course the real scumbag here is you.
Hey, you watch your damn mouth, you jerk.
If the despicable lowlife who put my wife and unborn baby's lives in danger with her reckless, irresponsible behavior isn't a scumbag, then what are you?
Being unfairly treated, that's what. Don't be so horrible.
You've got some nerve to do what you did and call me the horrible one. Whatever. In any case, you'll be paying another round of compensation real soon.
Wait, what? Compensation?
This should go without saying, but neither me, Mom, or Dad have any intention of helping you. You're completely on your own now.
What the hell is this? Is it everyone gang up on Perry Day or something? Fine, whatever. You think I care? My boyfriend is a department manager at one of the biggest companies in the state, and he'll get me out of this in no time. Whatever poxy compensation payment you charge me for will be nothing but mere pocket change to him.
Yeah, about that. Apparently my boss is gonna get fired.
Fired? What?
You probably don't know this, but the reason he became my boss is because he got sent to my branch from HQ as a punishment for screwing up there. Basically, he was barely hanging on by the skin of his teeth. It really does take a moron of epic proportions to play truant to go on dates with your girlfriend when you should be out on company business. Even being related to the company president isn't gonna save him this time. Word got out when you guys were seen by one of my co-workers, and now everyone in our private group chat is talking about his impending dismissal. His days are numbered.
What?
I didn't know this, but apparently he has a reputation for being frivolous with money. He couldn't even afford to pay the compensation he was ordered to pay his wife, and now he's in mountains of debt to cover it.
Debt? Oh my God, this can't be happening. My boyfriend is gonna lose his job? Michael, no.
Let me make this abundantly clear, Perry. Neither me, Mom, or Dad have any intention of helping you out whatsoever. You made this mess yourself, and now you need to get out of it yourself. You're completely on your own now.
Oh my God. Maybe I can cancel this out with the child support payments?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me about the kids you kept dumping on my wife. You know, your kids who you seem to have no interest in whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, I was meaning to ask. No one told me anything. Where the hell are they?
As for your friend's two boys, their dad found out what their mom was doing behind his back, and he's currently in the process of divorcing her.
What?
As for your 3 kids, they're safely in the care of your ex-husband.
What the hell? Darren has the kids?
It's abundantly clear you're totally incapable of raising them, so he swore he'd take back full custody if it was the last thing he did.
Oh my God, you had no right to give my children to that asshole. Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, no, this isn't how this works, Perry. You don't get to treat your children like objects and then act indignant when those of us who are decent human beings get sick of your shit and take action. Hopefully, you'll learn a lesson from all this.
But...
Nope, I don't want to hear it. There's nothing you could possibly say that would take back what you did. It's just like Jesus said, actions speak louder than words. You're not my problem anymore. I don't ever want to see or hear from you again.
What? No!
Goodbye forever. A few days after our last message, my little sister Perry was disowned by our parents and kicked out of the house for good. Apparently, she got a taxi straight to her ex-husband's place. It was probably a desperate effort to try and get her kids back, or patch things up with him, or both. Unfortunately for her, her ex-husband could read her like a book. He knew she'd probably try to launch an assault on his house, so he made sure that he and the kids weren't there when she did. He made a few phone calls, and with that, she was bundled into the back of a van and forced to work in my mom's friend's fish factory. As for the compensation and child support she owes her ex-husband, deductions will be taken from her salary from the factory every month until she pays everything off. Given that she owes a hefty amount of compensation, her monthly take-home after the deductions doesn't amount to much. And on top of that, our aunt is fully in charge of what little money she does have in her bank account now. For my sister, who believes life is about spending money on frivolous crap and getting drunk with her friends, her new situation must have come as quite the shock. I'm not holding my breath, but I hope she uses this whole experience as an opportunity to become a better human being. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Excuse me. Does this number belong to a Mr. Carl Butler?
Yeah, that's me. Who's this?
My name's Albert Martin. I'm Betty Martin's husband.
What? Betty's husband? She's married?
That's right, she is. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask you, Carl. I got your phone number from a business card of yours I found under my wife's pillow. Allow me to get straight to the point. Are you my wife's lover?
What? Her lover?
The thing is, Betty handed me some divorce papers as I was eating my roast potatoes this evening. I practically spat my coffee out all over the table. She told me a certain Carl Butler had proposed to her at work, and that she intends to marry him. She made it very clear that the reason she was divorcing me was so she could be with you.
Wrong! I'm just her co-worker. All that stuff you just mentioned about me proposing to her is wrong. She's making a huge misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? What do you mean by that?
It's true, I did announce my engagement at work today, but I obviously wasn't proposing to your wife. My fiancé is someone else. Somehow, Betty managed to convince herself my engagement announcement was in fact a way of secretly proposing to her, and she started sending me all these weird messages. She won't leave me alone. I'm starting to wonder if this is what it feels like to have a stalker.
She won't leave you alone?
All day at work, she kept sending me messages asking about what kind of wedding we're gonna have, who we'll invite, where we're going on honeymoon, plus plenty of other crazy stuff. On our dinner break, she threw the lunchbox my fiancé made me all over the floor and forced me to share hers with her. She's been going around telling people at work she and I are engaged, and somehow even has the phone numbers of my out-of-work friends, who she keeps calling to announce the news. I tried to slip out of the office quickly without her noticing, but she was waiting behind a car outside and followed me all the way home. Ah, I know! I'll send you screenshots of our chat logs. I feel awful about being accused of cheating. I want you to know it isn't true.
No, it's okay. I merely wanted to hear your side of the story. I'm not accusing you of anything. I had some suspicions this might have been the case. To tell you the truth, something similar happened with my wife a few years ago. It looked as though she was about to be taken to court on stalking charges at one point. I couldn't help but feel this might be the same kind of behavior rearing its ugly head again. I'm so sorry for all the trouble my wife has caused you.
Really? I had no idea about that. Sorry to bring this up, but there's more than a 30-year age gap between me and your wife. To tell you the truth, to have a woman old enough to be my mother obsessing over me and harassing me with creepy remarks makes me super uncomfortable. My attempts at rejecting her fall on deaf ears. There's just no talking to her. It's almost like I'm talking to a brick wall. If things carry on at this rate, I'm really worried she might start going after my fiancé, and the thought of her getting hurt, I'm actually pretty terrified.
I truly am sorry for everything my wife's put you through, Carl. To think you're so young, too.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I feel awful that your wife divorced you because of me.
Actually, I think after all that's happened, it's finally time. I'll be going through with the divorce.
Huh?
My patience has reached its limit. I've reached the point where I have to accept it. She's beyond help. There's only so much one man can take. You know how I said she nearly got taken to court on stalking charges before? The only reason she didn't is because I settled with them out of court, paying the compensation out of my own pocket. I can't afford to take another hit like that because of my wife's behavior, mentally or financially. I made excuses for her and looked the other way the first time because she was my wife, and I loved her. But to think she's back up to her old tricks, it's exactly the same as before. I can't go through this again.
I think divorcing is for the best if that's what you want. But don't you think there's a chance she might get even worse afterwards? She might feel like she's been liberated from the only thing holding her back and escalate.
Ah, of course. Don't worry. I won't just be washing my hands of her and letting her do whatever she wants. I'll be taking decisive measures to make absolutely certain she never causes you any trouble ever again. Rest at ease, young man. This regrettable little episode will all be over soon.
What do you mean by decisive measures? If it's okay with you, I'd really appreciate if you let me know.
Ah, yes, certainly.
Carl! I handed it in first thing this morning. My resignation. I have lots of holiday to use up before my last day, so you won't see me around the office again after tomorrow. I've already started getting my things together, and I'll be moving into your place over the next few days.
Miss Martin, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but you and I are not engaged. My fiancé is someone else.
Don't be shy, sweetie. We're already a couple, you silly Billy.
No, we are not! Let me make this crystal clear. You and I are not together, and you're causing me so many problems. You've got no idea. If you don't cut this out soon, I'm gonna report you to the police for stalking me. Do you really want to have to pay compensation again? You'll go to court for real this time.
Huh? Wait, how? How do you know about the compensation?
I got a message from your husband last night. He told me all about how this isn't your first time doing something like this. And it got so bad before that you almost got taken to court. You obviously didn't learn your lesson. Do you want me to file charges too? I swear I'll do it!
He told you? That traitor! It's all lies! Hateful lies! He's just jealous, baby! I'm no cheater! How could I cheat if my heart has only ever belonged to you, Carl?
I don't want it! You can have it back! Anyway, if you don't stop harassing me, I'm reporting you to the police and filing stalking charges! You're creeping the hell out of me, and I'm more stressed than I've been in years! I'm barely eating, and it's messing with my sleep!
How could you say such things? Stop it! Are you saying the announcement you made the other day in front of the whole office was a lie?
No, I'm saying it was never directed at you in the first place! You and I aren't getting married, and we never will!
Please, Carl, marry me! I'm divorcing my husband for you!
Yeah, I know. He said he's committed to going ahead with it too. He also said he intends to sue you for damages.
Huh? Damages?
The settlement money from your last stalking episode. He paid your victim off so you wouldn't get taken to court, didn't he? He said he's taking you to court over it. To quote the man himself, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Looks like you won't be getting away with it this time." He intends to sue you for damages while you go through the divorce proceedings.
Wait! That's ancient history! How could he do that? It's hardly fair to sue me over something that happened such a long time ago!
That's for you and him to discuss. I couldn't possibly comment. You and I are strangers, and it's not my problem.
Strangers? We're set to be married, Carl! Your words are cruel and they hurt me!
We are not getting married! Not now, not next week, not next month, not next year, not ever! We're strangers!
We're not getting married? This can't be happening! Why are you telling me all of this now all of a sudden?
What? Are you serious? How many times have I told you by now? I'm marrying someone else! How is it even possible that you're only just noticing now? Has your husband divorcing you brought you back down to reality?
Isn't it obvious? If we don't get married... I just handed in my resignation for nothing! I was supposed to be your stay-at-home housewife! The boss already finalized the proceedings! Ah!
That's not my problem. You're the one who went off and handed in your resignation based on the most ridiculous misunderstanding in human history!
No, this can't be real! I have to cancel my resignation! They have to reverse it somehow! I need to go see HR right now!
Before you do, please deal with the customers on their way to see you.
Huh? Customers?
That's right. Think of it as your final job at this company. Your parents are on their way to the office.
What? My parents?
Apparently, your husband called them out yesterday to ensure you never go causing anyone trouble like this ever again. On top of divorcing you, he made arrangements for your parents to take you in.
What? No!
I heard from your husband about how your dad's a super strict ex-military man. Is that right? He said something about your mom being the kind of woman you absolutely do not want to get on the wrong side of, too. Here's the worst part. Apparently, she flipped out when your husband explained what you've been up to, including what you're doing to me now and the time you nearly got taken to court. Between the expletives, he's pretty sure he heard her say you're going back to the family home where they can keep a watchful eye on you.
What? No! Please make it stop! Carl!
I'm sorry, but this is way beyond my pay grade. I wouldn't be able to make it stop even if I wanted to. Please discuss things as a family from here on out.
Please wait! You have no idea how bad this is! Me and my parents never got along! I can't go back there! I can't! I'm begging you, send them back, please!
I can hardly go sending them back. When they've gone to such trouble to come out from such a long way away, that would just be rude.
Carl, please, I'll do anything! I'm so sorry for yesterday! I'm so sorry for everything!
Not my problem. Hey, I think that's your parents pulling up in the car park now. Good luck with everything. Something tells me we'll never be seeing each other again. After that, I put in a sneaky word with the boss, preventing Betty's attempt at withdrawing her resignation. Then, ensuring she had no means of escaping her fate, I escorted her to her parents in the car park. Despite her mom and dad both being in their 70s, they seemed super fit and energetic. And I knew what Albert had meant by her dad being a strict ex-military man the moment I laid eyes on him. The pair of them grabbed their daughter by the scruff of the neck and drove off after literally dragging her into the car. 2 days later, her mom and dad came back to the office. They apologized profusely for the reign of terror their daughter had subjected me to, and gave me some money by way of saying sorry. Due to the circumstances, the judge declared Betty's husband would be entitled to all of her assets in the divorce, and he came out of the marriage with a tidy sum of money. Betty herself was taken far, far away, back to her parents' house, where she was forced to undergo a strict regimen of re-education. It's crazy when you think about it. A woman in her 50s having to be re-disciplined by her elderly parents? I'm so dumbfounded, I have no words.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, sis! Harley just came over to my place. Did you go out and leave him on his own again? Answer! Stop treating your children unequally! You call yourself a mother?
Cut it out, Tim. Your notifications are annoying me. Stop bugging me while we're enjoying our family time.
Family? So why didn't you take Harley? He's yours and your husband's son, is he not?
Oh, Harley? To tell you the truth, we don't want him.
What?
How to put it? It's just hard to believe he's our son.
Why?
Well, his big brother Adam's outstanding. He gets at least 95 points without failing his test at school. He's a natural at sports. He's great at drawing pictures and an amazing singer. He's a genius.
That's true. He is outstanding.
Right? Harley, on the other hand, is useless at whatever we make him do. He's a hopeless good-for-nothing. He isn't even 1/100th of the son Adam is. To be honest, he's so useless, we'd rather spend the money we spend on him on Adam instead. Oh, how I wish he'd never been born.
What the hell? But you're the one who had him in the first place! Surely there's no difference between Adam and Harley. You gave birth to them both all the same time, after all.
Ugh, why so serious?
Is there something wrong with me worrying about my nephew? Being raised in this kind of environment is obviously bad for Harley, but I think it's gonna even cause problems for Adam too.
Well, if you're so bothered, how about I just give you him?
What?
It's just like you said, it wouldn't be a much better environment for Adam if Harley wasn't around.
Hey, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just asking you whether you love your children equally.
But it makes sense to love the gifted one more.
What are you saying?
Oh, that reminds me. You and Bertha got married 3 years ago, but you still don't have kids, right? What's wrong? Does one of you have problems?
No, we just want to have kids after we saved up more money first. We plan on trying for a baby soon.
Oh, you do? This is perfect timing then. I'm sorry he's a useless good-for-nothing despite being 10 years old, but I'll give you Harley.
Come on, it's not that simple.
For the time being. I want you to have him live with you for a trial period starting today.
I just told you, this isn't something you can decide at the drop of a hat.
In any case, we're moving house.
Huh? You're moving?
Yes, in preparation for Adam entering a prestigious junior school in Seattle. Harley's just in her way.
No way. Is this the reason you sent her to my house in the first place?
Oh, and the phone we gave Harley. He won't be able to use it anymore after tomorrow. If you want him to keep being able to use it, you'll have to start a new contract.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, we reluctantly bought him it after Adam told us he thought his brother should get a phone too. We'll finally be able to stop wasting money on him. It's such a relief.
How can you say that?
Anyway, bye. Uncle Tim, where are you?
Harley? What's wrong? Can't you sleep?
No.
Sorry for leaving you on your own. I had an important phone call to take. I'm in the living room now.
What about Aunt Bertha? Is it my fault she had to go out?
No. You know how your aunt's a nurse? Well, it's her turn to work the night shift today, so she'll be back tomorrow.
Uncle Tim? Can I say something to you here by message?
Sure, what is it?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I know I'm nothing but a nuisance to you and Aunt Bertha. I'm sorry.
Why do you think that?
Well,
Have your aunt and uncle called you a nuisance even once?
no, but I love my aunt and uncle. I love you because you're not like my mom. You don't get mad with me, and you smile at me. So I don't want you guys to hate me.
Harley. Listen, Harley. Me and Bertha discussed this before she went to work. But would you like to be our son?
Your son? I can be your son?
It's okay. I'm gonna let your mom and dad know about it. Of course, we'll only go ahead with it if it's okay with you.
Yes, I want to be your son. I love my big brother Adam, but I don't ever want to go back to them.
It's settled then. Starting from today, you're my son, Harley.
Yeah!
Let's leave the messages for tonight. I'm about to head to your room. So, shall we go to sleep?
Yeah.
Dad, you got a minute? Hey, Harley. I'm gonna be home soon. What's up? She stood right outside the entrance to our apartment block. I don't know what to do. What? My mom, who gave birth to me, is stood hanging around outside the main entrance. Huh? Do you mean my big sister? Yeah. It's been 8 years, but it's her. I'm sure of it. I look a lot like my big brother Adam. I don't think I can make it past her unnoticed. Seems like there could be some trouble if she sees me, so I'm watching her from the shadows. I just had a sneaky peek out the window. You're right. It's my sister. She's even got a suitcase. But why, after all this time? She hasn't contacted us even once these past 8 years. Dad? Actually, I got a message from Adam earlier today. He said my old mom and dad divorced a little while ago. What? Really? Apparently, Mom slammed some divorce papers down on the table as a threat to Dad. But he immediately took them to the office and handed them in. What the? He said they were fighting over what he would study at university. Things turned sour, and this is the result. Dad wanted him to be a lawyer and entered him into the legal faculty. But Mom wanted him to be a doctor, so she complained at him nonstop. Adam wanted to do programming, though. So they completely ignored what he wanted to do himself. Anyway, we can speak about this later. Harley, I'm about to come out in the car. Can you wait by the convenience store on the main road? She won't be able to see you from the main entrance if we enter the apartments to the underground car park. Okay, I understand. I'll be there. Great. See you in front of the store. Got it! What are you doing here, sis? I could see you from my window.
Oh, Tim! Good grief. If you could see me, let me in already. I came all the way here only to find out your apartment block has security? You never told me.
Why would I let you in?
Why wouldn't you? I went out of my way to come and see you. Not only that, but you've got my son.
Huh?
On that note, when's he coming home? I waited outside for a whole 2 hours, but he's nowhere to be seen.
If you're talking about Harley, he's been inside with me for a while now.
Oh, he has?
What do you want with Harley?
We got a divorce. My husband took Adam, so I have no choice. Harley's a failure, so there's no way he can go to university. But he can at least find a job and look after his mother.
Look after you?
Even a good-for-nothing like him should be capable of showing a bare minimum of gratitude to his mom.
Nope, not happening.
What? Why?
Harley's still in his 3rd year of high school.
What? Is he such a moron he got held back a year? Will the embarrassment never end? Oh my god.
You're the one who should be embarrassed.
Why?
He didn't get held back a year.
Huh? But...
You can at least remember the age of the child you gave birth to.
Oh, stop it. So I was off by a year at most. It's not a big deal. But in that case, I guess it can't be helped. I'll wait until he graduates. Keep him at your place until then, okay?
No, he's going to university.
What?
Looks like he wasn't as much of a worthless moron as you said he was. The opposite, in fact. His high school is one of the best in the state. Not only that, but his grades are consistently among the top 10 of his year.
Really?
If they weren't, his teacher wouldn't have recommended he take the entrance exam for a notoriously difficult to enter university. As for sports, it's hard to say because all of his after-school clubs are literary. But he always gets impressive grades in gym class.
Wow, I see. Harley's amazing. That's my boy.
Huh?
In that case, I'm gonna move in with you guys and live with you as Harley's mother until he graduates university. But he absolutely has to join the medical faculty when he does.
What are you talking about? I was just bragging about my son.
What?
Do you really think you can just turn up out of the blue and declare that you're going to be living with us? Plus, demanding I give him back so he can look after you? Who the hell do you think you are?
Harley's my son. He has a duty to look after me.
All you did was give birth to him.
Duh, I'm his mother because I gave to him.
You're the one who chose to get rid of him 8 years ago. Me and Bertha are the ones who adopted him. So me and Bertha are his parents now.
I don't need to hear this crap. Just hurry up and let me in.
It's Harley who doesn't want to see you.
Huh? How can that be? You do know the best thing for a child is to be with their mother, right? It's pretty obvious you and your wife never had kids of your own.
I have a son in elementary school.
Huh?
He was born 6 years ago. Harley's amazing with him. And he's so smitten that I think he loves him even more than me and his mom. He has a message for you. I only have one mom, and I think of her as my mother from the bottom of my heart. Her name is Bertha. You've been a stranger to me ever since that day 8 years ago.
Huh.
So basically, you're not welcome in our family. Please hurry up and get lost.
But I don't have anywhere to live.
Go back and live with mom and dad then.
But they live in the middle of nowhere.
I'll call the police.
What?
Actually, you've been loitering outside for more than 2 hours now. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if one of the residents already called them. My sister left in a panic immediately after that. But she didn't have anywhere else to go, and I heard she went back to our parents' house for a time. However, she found living with our mom and dad, who she never got along with to begin with, very difficult, and now lives in the corner of a small city, barely scraping by a living. As for Adam, who initially lived with his dad, her ex-husband, he immediately withdrew from the university his dad forced him to go to and flew over to the UK on his own. Just like before, him and his little brother Harley got on like a house on fire and message each other from time to time. He says finally being free of his over-interfering parents feels like a weight off his back. He's having a blast with his long-cherished dream of studying programming. As for Harley, he's currently in the middle of his university entrance exams. He and his girlfriend, who he met last year, are currently supporting each other through their exams and studying as hard as they can.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.